First of all, I would like to clarify to you that the free will to live is to be able to achieve your dreams and accomplish your ambition, to be whatever you want in your future, right? So we need to figure out what the right dosage is. Currently, it's much too high. So, we strongly believe that it is you would be able to discover yourself. There, and this would be the key to a successful life. Not only that this would secure your suffering, but also achieve the state of transcendent bliss and well-being. With pressure, students wouldn't be able to catch up. There would be suffering and depression. So, moving on to my first rebuttal. The first rebuttal side opposition has stated about feeling homework would give you the chances to be feeling comfortable on doing the homework and to see that they enjoy the subject or not, but and to give them more time responsibility, right? So the first problem here is that students don't like asking the teacher. They won't learn from their mistakes. They are forced, so they wouldn't be even learning. They would just like go out to their classrooms. They would copy their friends. They would cheat on exams. And the second problem is that there wouldn't be any opportunities for students to live out of their comfort zones. Most schools, extracurricular activities cost, and we want our students to be happy on what they're doing. Not saying that you should have like no time responsibility at all, but you should have the correct dosage, as I already stated. The second rebuttal is that tutoring. It's only an example. It's not a core principle. Even if this is a principle, this also creates a huge gap between the rich and the poor, right? And teachers and students. And schools, they require students to do their homework. Schools are for learning. They are for teaching the students, not for the students to learn by themselves and to study at home by themselves by not having anyone to learn, right? Homework doesn't help our citizens to solve real life situations. So moving on to the foundations. The first foundation is about freedom of time. Homework doesn't prove to yourself that you have the potential to do stuff that you are intellect in, right? For example, people who learn to become an engineer. He was forced to become an engineer, but also wanted to be a decorator, right? So he drops down from engineer, and he wasted his whole 4 years of learning and become an engineer, right? Which he doesn't like. And an example of people who are smart doesn't mean that they will accomplish every ambition in life. The second foundation is about homework doesn't improve our skills or knowledge as much as real life experiences. For example, students who have like people who do not live out of their comfort zones. There are plenty more stuff to learn in your life, and you would have to manage your housework to do the most common things in life, which students are not do not know how to do or solve these problems. Most people do not think this and underestimate this because they would just learn, right? They wouldn't think about having to do housework. They wouldn't have to think about paying the electricity bills, right? They would say that I have no free time to do that. But no free time is just a part of speech saying that I have too much homework to deal with, and this gives the students to be less productive. So moving on to the justification. The first justification is about socialization. When you have tons of homework to do at home, you won't be able to relax. You won't have time to go out with your friends. This means that you would lose your opportunity to make connections with your friends, which is very important for your life. The second part of the justification is about ineffectivity.
Last chance.
So you would just come back from your school from the evening. You would not be motivated. You would not be in the mood for doing your homework, and you would be tempted by like video games, social media. Students wouldn't be able to achieve their homework goals in their fullest potential. And another example that we see often is Finland. Schools are equal, students are equal, and there is no homework. There are no schools that are better than others, right? And this is why they are well developed. It's one of the highest education of all. So moving on to my first clash is about effectivity of time. On our side, we have stated to you many times that we would give students the time to search on what they like, to explore their childhood and be motivated on what they are doing. And the second of all, it gives opportunity for the students to be in a better environment to achieve their ambitions. However, on their side, they have lack of motivation. Students would have lack of motivations and health problems, as there would be sleep deprivation, no rest at all. The average sleep hour is 8 on students, right? But right now, teenagers in Thailand, they sleep only 6 hours, which students would not be essentially able to do their work in the future, right? They would become unemployed. They would this destroys the economy for the whole country, and this also destroys life. And this is why I'm supremely proud to propose. Thank you.
I thank the government whip and now would